It was exhilarating. I love doing this kind of work. I love it. I feel so fortunate when it happens because it doesn't happen all the time. So to get a job and to be able to work with someone who I respect as much as I respect Ramel, and to be able to do this kind of work where I am giving voice to the amalgamation of a grandmother and a grandson who experienced what they experienced because of a school like the Dozier School.
Whoa! That's it, Em. You're doing great.
What happened to that one kid I used to hang with all the time?
You don't remember?
Remember what?
You really don't remember.
It's such a common or known story for, struggle or for the problems of race in society. It seemed like a wonderful opportunity to fill the space in between with poetry, with the types of images that I'm really interested in.
Now, this film is so beautifully shot from a first-person point of view. Was that something that you told Colson before filming and almost had to get permission because it's, his book? Or was that something that, you just wanted to go with?
The film was originally conceived from point of view and, it was written in point of view. Colson took a look at the script, approved the script, never gave any notes. I think was just on board with the exploration of whatever would come of this aesthetic. And yeah, we got really fortunate to be able to be given the creative freedom we had.
Yeah, I don't like cameras very much. I don't like cameras. It's always made me feel like I'm faking. Now, if you're someone who likes to perform for the camera and not even for pay, that might be fun, but I'm not one of those people. I want to feel like I'm having a real experience with somebody, and when you do that, cameras are not around, even though now in the world that we live in now, they are around more. But I want to feel like that's something that is just between me and another human being. And so the way that we shot this film just disrupted that practice.
In some ways, I think this kind of plays into my strengths as an actor. I'm actually I'm not particularly camera aware. So the things about it not being on my face and stuff were not super bothersome for me. But I actually ended up having to be more camera aware than usual, just not about myself. So those were the tough things, was that I wanted to mostly be giving my scene partners enough to work with, but also I'm hyper aware of making sure that they're in the shot still. Yeah.
And the unlearning, of course, was not only the unlearning the rule that you're not supposed to look in the camera, but also unlearning, at least for this shoot, the desire to look at your scene partner and see how they're receiving your words and receiving what you're trying to give them. There was unlearning there as well. But there was also a lot of learning alongside it. Learning how to transfer the work that we did together to the camera. Learning how to rely on voice, either relying on Brandon's voice when I'm on camera, or using my voice to give Brandon as much as I can to let him know that I'm present with him in the scene. So, you said the word gift earlier, and I like that because I think that exploring this kind of new way of performing was a gift.
Yeah, I think there's just a ton of potential to explore a sentient camera, to use what I like to call observational logic. Yeah.
I think that's something that needs to be further, that we need to explore even further. How we tell stories is equally as important as the stories we tell.
And you think a lot of that resonates in today's time?
I do. We're not okay, and I think, I think this film does a great job of showing the resilient spirit that we all have, and also the real downside of ignoring the practices that this country is continuing to engage in. yeah, it's not working for any of us.